All right. Yeah, go for it whenever you're ready.
So we can go whenever.
Yep.
G'day and welcome to the launch of a exciting and important new initiative, the Biodynamic Seed Company. We were wanting to launch this initiative at our AGM, but obviously circumstances didn't permit for that to go ahead this year. So we're doing the launch remotely. The Biodynamic Seed Company is a non-profit organisation set up to promote Australian Demeter biodynamic seed production within the country. Our focus is on open pollinated commercial varieties for professional market gardeners, growers and biodynamic farmers. The Biodynamic Seed Company was founded by Luke Sansom and myself, Darren Aitken. Both of us have had an interest in seed production for many, many years, and we've had an association now between the two of us for around 15 to 20 years. Luke is in Brooklet in New South Wales. He has a seedling nursery and a seed company that offers seedlings and seed, both certified to professional growers in his local area. And he also has a seed company offering certified seed to growers all across the country. I've been a Demeter market gardener for 20 years. I've had an interest in seed for that time, and I do a little bit of training on the side for the BDAAA. The company was established with the assistance, of course, the generous assistance of other Australian Demeter organisations, those being the BDAAA, Biodynamic Agricultural Association of Australia, the Biodynamic Growers Association of Australia, and the Biodynamic Marketing Company. All of those three organisations gave us generous donations to help get this initiative off the ground. The need for such an entity arose out of the ever-increasing and tightening standards and requirements for the use of certified seed on certified properties, as well as the tightening import restrictions to bring seed in the country, quite often requiring extensive and expensive testing and mandatory chemical treatments. So we decided to take that on for ourselves, and our aim is to produce a whole range of good performing vegetable varieties with Demeter certification. In response to this, we also began building relationships with seed breeders and companies from overseas. Luke had contacts, particularly in the States, from the previous work that he'd been doing. So far, our partners in the States are High Mowing Seeds, the Organic Seed Alliance, and Cornell University. I, some 10 to 12 years ago, through a conference in Italy, made contact with a seed breeder from Switzerland, who at the time was working on stabilising hybrid varieties back to open pollinated varieties. So our partners so far in Europe are Sativa Seeds, an organisation called Cultisat, which looks after and provides funding to a variety of breeders who will all work on a similar or the same project. And we have as well a partnership with Saatgut and Bingenheimer Seeds. This is where over the years, most of our original varieties have come from. And we have sourced most of our stock from those partners. So the BD Seed Company concentrates mainly on the following. That is, obtaining the varieties and the licensing agreements from our partners and having the rights through these agreements to both produce and distribute the seed within Australia. And we pay them a royalty back to our partners each year based on what we produce for them to continue their good work. The Biodynamic Seed Company will be responsible for maintaining the genetics of the varieties that we get from our partners to a very high standard, but there's also the potential there to improve the varieties based on the requirements for our local growing conditions. We will contract the growing of the seed to Demeter certified operators, but also there's opportunities for members of the BD AAA and the BDGA who are not currently certified, and we'll come to that a little bit later. We will also provide centralised facilities for the final cleaning of the seed and of course for high quality long-term storage. That's very important in maintaining germination. So everything about this operation has to stem from the base of quality. We'll also handle the wholesale distribution of the seed that's produced to retail seed companies. So we won't retail the seed as such ourselves, but we will be a wholesaler. This approach allows us to set a very high standard for the maintenance, improvement and production of the varieties that we are dealing with. And varieties, all these are varieties being newly introduced into Australia. So this is quite exciting to have these, the opportunity to have these varieties here. It'll enable us to keep all processing and growing to the Australian Demeter Biodynamic Standard, and also the standard, the Organic and Biodynamic National Standard. It'll enable us to ensure that a price point is set that makes the growing of this seed an extremely viable operation for the people who decide to take on this task for us. As a minimum, we will work with the growers in the following ways. We'll have contracts that will set forth, before the grower even starts to plant the seed, it'll set forth the price that we will offer for the seed and the production quantity required. And of course, this is just a starting point and the final fallback position, and there's variations on the contract based around whether you don't produce the seed required or you produce more. We supply that original seed at no cost to our growers, and under the contract we purchase back from the growers the seed that has been produced. We will help to determine suitable crops for specific farms based on climatic and geographical areas, as well as the current operation of the farm. We want to facilitate the growing of the seed crops in with your current operation. We'll also offer assistance in the skills needed for the production of the seed. We are going to run fundamentally what we would say is two different lines of seed. One line of the seed is what we call our elite seed. This elite seed is maintained to the highest genetic standard possible, which means that will require a minimum population size and isolation distance within the variety, and that will require big attention to detail from the grower in selecting which varieties or which plants within the variety make it all the way through to seed production. So with the elite seed, there's a lot of culling and roguing out. So we will provide cultivar details for each variety, so what that variety should look like, and of course we work hand in hand with the grower the whole way through the process in providing the information on what plants within the variety should remain and should be culled out. From that elite seed, we use that elite seed to grow a commercial seed crop. So the commercial seed crops have slightly less attention to detail in the roguing out. You don't need to provide as much attention to the genetic detail of a commercial seed crop as we do to our elite seed. This is where we see the opportunities opening up for members of our organisations that aren't actually certified. For the commercial seed production, which then goes on to retail seed companies for sale onto the open market, well, of course, that commercial seed crop absolutely needs to be done by someone who's Demeter certified. So the end product of that seed carries the Demeter certification and is sold to by retail seed companies onto the organic seed market to grow, direct to growers. The elite seed, however, doesn't need, it would be lovely if it all is, but it doesn't need to be certified. It just needs to be grown by a good biodynamic operator using the Australian Demeter method. So this is where the opportunities open up for members of BD AAA or BDGA who aren't currently certified. We'll also provide a lot of information to the grower on required isolation distances for each variety we grow, the type of pollination that that variety undertakes to produce the seed, and the minimum population sizes for maintaining the genetics of that particular variety. We'll work hand in hand with the growers in providing information for harvest, extraction techniques once you've harvested the seed, basic cleaning, and the drying of the seed. So this initiative I see as double-edged. It will actually produce Demeter certified seed available for sale within the country, but it'll also provide education to Demeter certified and BDGA, BD AAA operators in seed production. So the two things can work hand in hand. Throughout getting this initiative off the ground, we've had a few conversations with some growers, of course, testing the waters to see that we would get some support, and we have got growers willing to participate in this and help produce the seed for us. We're looking to have a wide range of seed available on the open market by the end of summer 2021, so about a year's time from now. In a newsletter that'll be forthcoming, we will provide written information reiterating the points that we've covered in this video, as well as some further information. So if you're interested in becoming a grower for us, we would ask you to hold off until this written information comes out. It will give you some things to consider about whether you can seriously be involved in the seed production, and look at your situation regards isolation distances, area you might have for crops so we can reach our minimum population size, etc., etc. Once that information has come out and we've found enough growers to move forward, we'll form a seed growers group and we will run smaller interactive sessions with that group and see if we can actually get this to a point where we have something to sell. So we look forward to working with those people in the future and keeping you up to date with where this project heads to. Thanks for your time.